applies this straight foot lock. All right. So let's say I'm down here. He's going. So the pressure for him is locking my hip down, right? So that I can't lift up. And then he's making my toes extend with his shoulder, with his armpit shoulder blade. Yeah. So he's everyone thinks that like the key to this is getting the wrist on my Achilles, which yes it is, but to finish he needs to make my toes extend and keep my hip from coming up off the floor, right? So he's anchored down on my hip, right? So my keys to defense is I want to get my foot flat on the mat, and I want to rise up to where this isn't anchored my hip down. So if I can't hand fight, right, I don't really worry about this nearly as much as I worry about kicking my leg through. See my toes flex up? And now as I start clearing this leg, I'm going straight into him, catch the back of his neck, and I'm kicking straight into him. And now, once my foot's flat, now he can only extend as far as I go ahead and just pressure, right? And so now my hip, he can't keep my hip down and he can't extend any further. So now I can stand up and start clearing through the pass. So if he falls to a foot lock, number one, I gotta flex my toes, right? So I don't want him to get my foot get extended. So number one, all right, I'm just gonna get a grip, slide into him, kick through so that my toes come up. All right, number two, I'm gonna free my hip and catch his head. And now I'm driving straight forward off of this backhand until my foot comes flat on the mat. And now I don't really care about the rest of it. I'm just not gonna let him get it back and try to clear through. One time. So this is late defense, right? The very, very late defense. Right? Here, get my toes through, clear, and now foot's clean.
I can get there.
This is the counter that we used to dread back in the day. So as he pops for this, I'm just gonna bring my forearm under his Achilles to catch. All right. And then I'm coming over the top. So as he, I'll show you kind of the finish, right? So the finish is, what do you call this part of my wrist?
Yes.
Wrist bone under, top of the toes, right? Right across these like toe knuckles. So boom, and then I get my S grip, and then I'm coming up like a paper cutter and down on the toes. So the reason I call this early is when he's setting up to fall, I'm gonna throw my arm, boom, and now he's caught, right? So I don't have to chase a whole lot, right? I see what's coming, and I just put my arm in the way, right? Boom. So if he's trying to regain control with my arm in the way, he loses.
Because without that hip, with Dave, without his arch of his foot on your hip, you can't.
Right, because he's got to keep my hip anchored, right, to finish this.
Yeah.
So I never.
So not only did you stop it, but then you countered it.
Right. Yeah. So give that a shot. This is my favorite guard attack system. I call it the clamp. So first thing I do, if he's got hands on me, I clear the hands and I get both of mine inside. Now I'm gonna shift to get off center, right? And now I'm gonna step on his hip, throw my leg over the top. So the whole thing is here, right? I come over the back of the head, I create space here. As I strip out, I step over, and now I'm basically pinching his torso with my knees, right? And I'm anchoring him down away from me. Right, so if he's trying to come up like that, right, I'm putting my weight on it. So now I can set up attacks. And what I like to do with the arms is I like to capture both arms. So here, right? So I've got this, feed it inside. So now I've got both arms trapped. I got a 2-on-1, I got an overhook, and the first thing I do is try to sweep. So I step away, put my hook in, I come back under, right, so that I'm close, and then I elevate as I tilt. And then I come in the mouth. Keep that arm. So you don't need the hand configuration, but I think it helps make life a lot easier if you want to attack. And he's got both arms tied up. So I'm weighing, my top leg is heavy on him, right? Until I'm ready to sweep. And now up and over, and I just feed it to the other hand. So as I'm going over, I just grab it. Questions, comments? I got it. I do certain positions and when. So when I start this, if I can get this immediately, I don't put my leg in there. All right. So if I feel like this comes immediately, there's no reason for me to get this leg in my way and then try to sweep it. All right. So this is, I think, one of the safest positions. All right. So now I got two arms trapped. I can kick him over pretty easily, or I can go to the other stuff. All right. This leg in here is very defensive. All right. So if he's like trying to fight, I can hold this and help keep him tilted all the weight going on to this like shoulder. So
it's almost like bicep slicer myself.
Yeah, yeah. So this helps me keep him anchored down. But when I want to try that sweep again, right? Let's say I felt like I've kind of killed his resistance. Kick my leg through and pull to this hand. All right. So now, and the key to this is I want this elbow inside closer to his center. The further it gets out, the harder it is to sweep him over. All right. So if he's really defending this, I'm not going to try to kick him over, right? See that elbow come up? I'm coming over it, I'm catching, and I'm gonna start this triangle. So, sweep through, overwrap, and I catch. So if he starts trying to lift this elbow, right, I'm not gonna come in and try to kick him over. So if he's lifting that elbow, that means my leg is free to come over. And then I'm gonna catch with the outside arm. Right, so now he's stuck in, just keeping my foot connected to my knee. Now I know this is secure. I can turn into the regular triangle.
Do you try to, from a strategery standpoint, to quote a previous president of ours, do you try to keep that person there to kind of wear them out a little bit, or you just kind of depends on what they're doing?
You can, but it depends on what they're doing. I primarily want to sweep them over, right? Because like I said, I can do triangle and all the arm bar stuff sitting on top of their chest.
Then there's not much you can do from that.
Right. So if he's like really fighting to come back up, right, I need to get outside and away from him. All right. So if he's really posturing up, I want all my weight driving in that direction. So now he's making it harder on himself, trying to fight back against me driving.
Because that's
forward.
the logical direction to go.
Right. And now you can see Kimuras come into play. The triangle comes into play. I can pop out for omoplatas.
It's a lot of pressure on my shoulder.
Yeah. To go back that direction, not this way, because he's trying to sweep it this way.
Right. So my second is generally triangle. Right. So I pop under, I shrimp out. I'm going to pull this wrist across, and if I can't get this wrist pulled across, I'm stepping out for the jump. Let's try the triangle, and then we'll go Kimura and Mukata combo. Now, what I was explaining to them is I think that kissing the ground position is more important than trying to finish the triangle with the guy in the vertical posture. So if I get back here, right, I get onto the side. This is far more important to me than here trying to come back to finish this triangle, right? Because I got his posture broken, he's tilted away from me, and I've got his upper body trapped. So now this arm is free to attack, right? So I'm just gonna slide to the wrist, over the top, and bring my knees down, and just rotate over. More. So, very trapped. A lot of his options. He's gonna try to roll out. But so if I get here, right, I trap, get to the wrist, and I'm just anchoring down. Look at my heel. All right, I'm just stepping to the ground with that heel. And now he's finished. All right, and most people are gonna try to roll out here. All right. Just keep that arm up. Sit on top. But if you do this correctly, you can stop the roll too.
I didn't feel like that was really easy to roll.
Yeah, yeah. So if I'm here, right, with my knee up, he can no longer roll.
He's got to tuck his head to roll.
Yeah. So now he can get his head down to try to roll, right? And I know that once his head gets through there, he's gonna try to roll. So that's my cue to start my sit-up.
Then you're just gonna go out from.
No, I'm just gonna trap this gently. Right. Kind of keep stuck there. It's not great. It's not great for you because of that arm isolation. Yeah. So again, all right, we're coming out. Heel over the shoulder, stepping down. And now I've got this arm, right? Questions? Give it a shot.